his final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Tonight, and I'm looking forward to this grade, we're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. Two of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
A look at the Magic starting group. The guard pair form will be Suggs and Bane. Wagner is in the front court alongside Banchero. And it's Carter in at the center, filling out the middle. And the basket by Vassell.
Now, I'm not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
Banchero outside. His three-pointers off the mark. Vassell right side for the three. And it's Orlando with the rebound. About a minute played so far here in the first. Orlando moving the ball around. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Castle against Bane. Outside Fox. And here's Vassell from the arc. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
Not his best work at all. This is a quarter he'd rather forget.
Wagner outside. Here's Banchero. And you watch Paolo Banchero. GA offensively, he is a load to deal with.
He can cross you up, hit you with the spin move. Score over either shoulder. This young man is a force.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Spurs. We often see Paolo Banchero with the ball late in the shot clock clock, and he usually delivers.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you shut off his dribble drive and then you seal off the retreat, and because he's so strong and good with the ball, he can bump you and get into the spot he wants to. He's got great power, and he's really a good finisher around the goal, too.
5 to shoot. Shoots. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. San Antonio making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. Castle with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Wembanyama against Bane. Stolen by Carter. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And that drive gives Banchero all the momentum he needs. And, boy, he turns it into an explosive finish.
Wagner looking it over. Hits the three-point bomb.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so Fox will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They are on a phenomenal run right now. 16 consecutive wins.
And it is very impressive, but it's also interesting. I mean, even sitting here at the broadcast table and the storyline this group has created has you just impressed and a little scratch in your head, because we expect drama and a certain amount of unpredictability with this group. That's not going away, but I tell you, this team seems to be minimizing or mitigating the volatility. They seem to be a lot more solid of late.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Magic making a change here. Black's checked in.
Magic substitution. Number 0.
Wagner against Vassell. Wagner passes to Banchero. Carter at the elbow. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the basket by Castle.
A bigger guard. 6'6" Castle can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
It's Black in the corner. Back to Banchero. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
2 minutes.
Banchero's got 5.
I loved the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And a switcher also for Orlando. De Silva's checked in, and out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, the Spurs are on the rise. Victor Wembanyama said, quote, "I've been on board since day one. We know it's not going to be a straight line. There will be ups and downs. This is not easy, but I'm very confident in the will that my guys have. The long term is never being questioned." Back to you, Kevin.
They'll get there for sure. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And it's Wagner missing. San Antonio's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Doesn't go from outside. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. That sends Keldon Johnson to the free throw line. It's on Franz Wagner. Orlando making some changes. Wagner comes in for Wendell Carter. And Banchero's subbed in for Bane.
And one thing you gotta love about Johnson, his energy. The man doesn't take his foot off the gas.
And finished off by Banchero.
Assistant.
Well, you know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
Harper, no good. Orlando leading. With the step back. Banchero, that's good. He's got 9.
And great work inside. This is where Banchero feasts.
Harper dishes to Olynyk. The kick out to Barnes. Here's Harper. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here we go. Fast break. Wagner's got it. De Silva with the bucket.
That is good offense, unselfish play.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first. To stop the run. And Harper slams it in.
He's showing the hops there. Harper can get up with the best of them.
Wagner against Johnson. Bounce pass from Banchero. From 11 feet away. Rebound San Antonio. Their last encounter was in Orlando. They were able to handle the Magic.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the chart.
Scorching and torching offensively. They were able to get everything they wanted.
Paolo Banchero getting it done for the Magic. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we've got more. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far, the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. De'Aaron Fox out there with Harper. And it's Cornette in at the 5 down low. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Fires the 3. Not gonna go that time. Spurs trail by 4. On the wing, Fox. Defended by Carter. And it's Fox with the jam.
How about the vertical from Fox? Throwing it down with authority. Go get it, young fella.
Magic shooting at 50% in a decent group. Banchero outside. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
It's been a good night for him overall and a good night for this team.
Here's Harper. Black grabs the board. Magic leading by 4. And now Orlando on the break. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. From outside, off the mark. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Black with it. He's picked up by Harper. To the inside. Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Carter. 6 to shoot. Over Fox. Hits the front of the rim and out.
He just missed it. He's typically solid from mid-range.
That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Getting good positioning close to the basket.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Franz Wagner's checked in for Orlando. Suggs comes in for Carter. Banchero finds Wagner. Suggs against Fox. Back to Wagner. Pass to Wagner. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Suggs. Connects from three-point range. Suggs has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, when you watch Franz Wagner, Clark, what impresses you about the young forward?
His versatility and his motor are probably the 2 things that stand out. He does a lot of good things at both ends of the floor. And then you factor in, he takes great pride in playing the game, particularly when playing for his country and representing Germany. In 2023, when Germany played at the World Championships, he and his brother Mo were part of the winning team.
Fox goes in. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Mark, we see more coaches nowadays keeping a cool-headed, calm demeanor on the sideline.
And Kevin, I love it. I mean, you don't have to yell and scream to get your point across, and every coach has to coach according to his personality. But I do like the fact that we see more coaches being mindful of how they coach and recognizing that overly demonstrative behavior doesn't necessarily improve the outcome.
Orlando's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field. And it's Fox with the ball for the Spurs. Trailing by 4. Champagnie passes to Wembanyama. A 3. Oh, Wembanyama spacing the floor.
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall.
Inside, it's stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Oh,
Man.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
Fox against Suggs. Here's the 3. San Antonio with the rebound. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. Vassell, the pass to Wembanyama. He won't miss many from there. Wembanyama.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Yes, that goes in.
Striking fast inside. Maine isn't going to miss a chance at a look like that.
Fox with it. Picked up by Banchero. A 3 from Wembanyama. Traps in the tray. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 4 now for San Antonio.
That's clearly a recent trend. Big guys who can shoot it from distance.
Outside, Suggs fires from 18. The shot will not fall.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Spurs lead by 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Halftime is here, and with the San Antonio Spurs in a neck and...
When you look at how they're getting their points, a good portion comes from inside. They're going right at the defense.
I like the aggressiveness. Don't lose steam in the second half.
And looking ahead tonight, here are the And that's all for us. Now it's time to send...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Paolo Banchero, guys, has been exceptional.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And so in the game for the Magic, running out on the wings, they'll have Bane and Wagner. Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. And it's Suggs in at the 1. He takes it in.
Castle so good up and down the lane.
Now, here's Suggs. Outside, Bane fires from the wing. And it's good off the glass. Bane's got 6 points. Spurs leading by 4. Unfortunate injury aside, Jalen Suggs' Clark has really come into his own now.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin. I mean, hitting his stride in a major way. I mean, he seems to have really figured the game out, how to utilize his gifts and tools. He was always a great defender. Offensively, I think, is where his game has taken the biggest jump.
Orlando moving the ball around. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bane. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Jalen Suggs is a tone setter for this Magic team, putting his body on the line with his constant activity. Coach Jamal Mosley said, quote, he wears his emotion and his heart on his sleeve. He's pure. There's so much love there. That's why this group is the way it is, because of how he is. Guys?
He's a culture setter. Allie. We appreciate the report. Gasol against Bane, and the shot goes in. And it's a 10-point Spurs lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed starting from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. De'Aaron Fox is checked in for San Antonio. And now a look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. Number 1, the Spurs.
And really, the basketball IQ has just evolved. Just the way they move the ball and share it. They always find good looks.
Suggs passes to Wagner. Here's Banchero. Back to Wagner. From past the arc. Rebounded by Castle.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Bane, no good. Spurs leading by 12. Vassell drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Banchero passes to Carter. to end the drought. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
The Magic trail by 14. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Suggs.
Just 1 bucket and 5 attempts so far this half. They are looking for a spark offensively.
Orlando's front office, Clark, has made it clear they're turning the page on the rebuild, entering the win now phase.
And the reason they're able to make that shift, Kevin, is because they drafted 2 franchise cornerstones. Banchero and Wagner develop quickly and have a lot of runway in front of them.
Blacks check in for Orlando. Wagner outside. Black the pass to Carter. Looking for Banchero and gets it there. And that one hits back iron.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually... sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Wagner against Vassell. With the crossover. And it's Wagner missing.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And so it's Bane with it. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. It's an 18-point game. Banchero outside. Can't connect from 14 feet out. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throws? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
No good, unable to end this run. Spurs leading by 20. Barnes passes to Harper. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Harper's got 10.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Like the pass to Banchero. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Well, he's leading the way, trying to get everybody else going now.
Now here's Harper. Black defending. Johnson for 3. Banchero grabs the board. The Magic trail by 20. Here's Bane. Rebound by Johnson. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 20-4 run right now. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Olynyk finds Plumlee, and they pick up 2.
Remember, he played the point guard position for most of high school, so Olynyk has retained that vision.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Bane with the bucket.
You know, he's been fairly productive, but it's going to take more, either from him or somebody else.
Barnes down low, and he makes good on the layup. Barnes has got his first 2 points.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's San Antonio with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. Harper is out there with Fox, and it's Cornette in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the San Antonio 5.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Here's De Silva. Takes it off the glass.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Fox kicks to Harper. It's stolen by Suggs. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Suggs is a capable shooter now. He requires a little extra attention.
Hey, Clark, we know resistance training is something pretty much every player does. Is that prevalent back in the 80s when you played?
That's 4 decades ago, Kevin, and it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. I mean, it's commonplace, and kids get exposed to the benefits of weight training and strength training for any sport, but particularly basketball, at a much earlier age now. So it's part of who they are once they get to the college level and then on to the NBA. But the core strengthening, the stability work of that area between your knees and your sternum, the middle of your chest, boy, that type of work has made a huge difference and would have made a great difference, I think, in my career had it been as prevalent as it is now.
Pass to De Silva. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. Of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. He told his guys, quote, "Do not get complacent. No coasting to the finish line here. Stay on the gas, keep the energy up, and close it out." Coach doesn't just want them to hang on to this lead. He wants them to extend it.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Pass to Champagnie. And here's Vassell from the arc. Here's Wembanyama. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Wagner on the wing. Here's De Silva. And another 3 for Orlando.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
A pass to Fox. For 3, Vassell. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got his 4th assist in this one. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And Orlando making a change here. Suggs with the ball, now guarded by Fox. Suggs passes to Wagner. Outside Carter. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Now that's how you finish with authority. Show them how it's done, young fella. Stephon Castle is a problem.
And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Carter with the screen. Here's Banchero for 3. Spurs leading by 13. And there's the dunk.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Good work there as it goes down.
That's good. I really think their offense has become too perimeter-oriented now. They had better balance in the first half.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
You know, this is an example of why conditioning can be so important. I mean, it can be critical. They continue to sprint the floor, and there's no let-up in sight.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition.
Banchero looking around. He drills the three.
Banchero answering. I'm here, he says, firing right back from deep.
Vassell missed on the three. The Magic trail by 13. Pocket pass to the paint, and he punches it home.
And Banchero is putting it all together, capable of scoring from all three levels. I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Fox hits them both.
And Fox has a lot of game. I mean, really good at distributing the ball, getting into the lane, and getting his guys involved.
Castle against Bane. Takes the three. Knocks down the three.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Now Castle. Vassell. What a response. Hitting a three of their own.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Spurs.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-game.
I tell you what, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for De'Aaron Fox.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team. You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Cleared away by Carter. Suggs up top. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Fox goes in. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll do it, folks. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the